Inequality ensures that every individual deserves to have an equal opportunity to live in this world, where everyone is treated equally, regardless of gender, age, ethnicity, religious beliefs, economic status, or even origin. However, as we know, inequalities still exist among individuals. Inequality has a negative impact on growth, poverty reduction, and interpersonal relationships, and is a threat to long-term social and economic development. We all have a role to play in achieving Sustainable Development Goals SDG10, reduce inequality of the United Nations (UN) by the year 2030. For Target 1, by 2030, progressively achieve and sustain income growth of the bottom 40% of the population at a rate higher than the national average. 75% of the population now live in societies with more unequal wealth distribution than 29 years ago in 1990. The richest 1% of the population now owns 45% of the world's wealth. As a result, the disparity between rich and poor increases. The wealthy continue to become richer while the poor continue to suffer. But what if that wealth is distributed among more people in this world? This could help the income growth of the bottom 40% of the global population who live on inadequate earnings and are often facing discrimination due to poverty.
For Target 2, by 2030, empower and promote the social, economic, and the political inclusion of all irrespective of age, sex, disability, race, ethnicity, origin, religion, economic, or other status. Moving to the next target, the gender pay gap or differences in pay between men and women shows the differences through various forms like worker education, experience, and occupation when it is being calculated by comparing all male workers to all female workers. This gender pay gap is used in measuring inequality and explains a concept that is wider than the equal pay for equal work concept. In the absence of pay gaps, discrimination in hiring practices can exist. For example, if women know they will be treated unfairly, hence they will choose not to participate in the labor market. Similarly, it is possible to observe large pay gaps in the absence of discrimination in hiring practices if women get fair treatment but apply for lower paid jobs. As a result, in many countries, especially Sub-Saharan Africa and Asia, the household decisions are so limited for women even through part of the spending income is theirs. The situation is different in the wealthiest country, since their income is beyond their basic expenditure, which makes women's control on household decisions greater compared to the poorest country. For Target 4, adopt policies, especially fiscal, wage and social protection policies, and progressively achieve greater equality. Besides that, in today's society, there is mounting evidence of a moving away from labor and toward capital returns, as well as rising income inequality. In many nations, the labor portion of national GDP is decreasing, while the profit share is increasing. Current growth patterns disproportionality benefit the wealthy over the poor. Wage inequality has been growing. In certain nations, the highest paid workers' income has risen dramatically, with significant gender differences. In other countries, competent individuals in high demand have received increasing wage premiums. Labor market reforms aimed at increasing flexibility and lowering labor cuts, on the other hand, have resulted in welfare benefit cuts, less progressive tax policies, with collective bargaining, and an increase in unemployment.
In a nutshell, we can all work together to reduce inequality. As you can see, there are various things you can do to help. Find organizations to support equality, information to share, and practical strategies to help you make changes in your daily life. Raise your voice against all forms of discrimination. Regardless of gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, social status, or physical ability, everyone should be treated equally. Equality is the lifeblood of freedom. Without it, there is no freedom.